for all your deeds. No sign the roaring thunder stopped in cold.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll watch the Charlotte Hornets in this one as they go up against the Clippers out in Los Angeles. The Clippers have to feel pretty good about their recent play. Over the first half of the season, we've gotten a good sense of what this team is capable of. When they're on, which they have been consistently, they are an excellent unit. And as we take a few moments here, Shaq, the term basketball IQ.
It's the home of the Clippers here in Los Angeles as 2K Sports presents our action live from the Staples Center. The Clippers hoping to give a strong showing here for their home crowd. An excellent season underway. We've seen a lot of good basketball so far from these guys.
This is an incredible atmosphere in this building, Kevin. I mean, their winning streak has continued to grow. As it has, their fans' excitement has grown right along with it.
And you know what? You can feel it in the air, guys. The home crowd energized. And I'll tell you what, right now, this is one of the toughest buildings you are going to ever compete in when you talk about trying to play on the road in the NBA.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the court for Charlotte, Tyler Hansbrough out there with Jefferson. There's Jeremy Lamb. Then there's Batum. And it's Walker in at the point. And taken away by Paul. Hornets with the rebound. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Yeah, they were just pounded on the inside, particularly on that backboard. That was a huge disadvantage for them.
Well, that's always a disadvantage when you get blasted on the glass. They needed to do a much better job of getting inside position. And if you can't do that, it's going to be a long day on the backboards.
Now here's Jordan following the shot by Chris Paul. 5 to shoot. Navarro, the pass to Griffin. Can't get it to go. Jefferson with some nice D. On defense, the Clippers, fresh from a win against Portland.
They just looked stable pretty much from the get-go, guys. I mean, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game that you don't see at home, but not the case in that one.
Tremendous balance on display, Greg. I mean, when you look at who was carrying the scoring load, making assists, playing unselfishly, I mean, they had it all working, and that led to the nice road win.
What are you going to do defensively? Such separation with the height advantage in that matchup.
Walker against Paul. There's a screen by Hansbrough. Paul against Walker. Hansbrough, a screen on Paul. Paul with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Look at that jam. I mean, just beautiful.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Outside, Batum. Here's Navarro. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
Here's Navarro, and the wide-open shot from Griffin. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Clippers.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Here's Navarro. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Jay's got 9 points.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. And an interesting byproduct of Blake Griffin extending his shooting range and his perimeter defense, Clark, his rebounding numbers have gone way down.
Well, it's hard to have it both ways, Kevin. I mean, the team needs him to keep working on his perimeter game, and if he's out on the perimeter, it makes it tougher for him to get rebounds inside.
Here's Navarro. 9 points in the game so far, picked by Griffin. Navarro, the pass to Jordan. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Well, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far.
And on the topic of Griffin's rebounding, there's another force that helps submarine his numbers. DeAndre Jordan. Over the past few seasons, as Jordan's boards went up, Griffin's have gone down. Now, you'd think with the 2 elite rebounders that the team would finish better than 20th in rebounding last year, but that's another story.
And it's the Clippers with the ball, following the miss by Al Jefferson. The shot by Jordan, no good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
He was all alone on that one.
And back to Griffin for a minute. I think he will soon find a balance between his emerging perimeter game and his rebounding. 7.5 boards a game, far too few for him last year. He's likely to return to double-digit rebounding averages, I think, sometime soon. And what a tremendous game for Jay. He's already got 9 points, and he has 1 steal to his credit as well.
And Clark, he's just done a great job defensively. That 1 steal doesn't tell the whole story.
Hornets trail by 12. Walker dishes to Lamb. Passes it to Hansbrough. Jefferson kicks to Lamb. He feeds it to Walker. And it's Walker again missing. Clippers have gone 7 of 11 from the field to begin the game. Here's Navarro. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 3 assists in the game.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Now here's Paul, following the miss by Kemba Walker. Now the pass to Navarro. 3-pointer, and that one's good. Clutch has got 8 points.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Los Angeles leading by 16. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Well, a bit ago, Steve Clifford and I were able to chat. I asked him about the challenge of containing Chris Paul, and he said, well, he's one of the best in the business, maybe the best. There's really nothing he can't do. But, fellas, he said matching CP3's intensity on the court and making him work defensively are 2 keys. Back to you.
And thank you, Doris. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 3 from deep. 9 points rung up from outside here in the first. Here's Navarro. Again. Los Angeles.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Kaminsky, he's checked in for Jefferson. Zeller comes in for Tyler Hansbrough. Kid Gilchrist is checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Lamb. Here's Navarro to the left side wing. Second shot opportunity. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Now here's Walker. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Phoenix. Feeds it to Zeller. He dishes it to Kaminsky. Here's Navarro. Pass to Navarro. Ball right side. It's deflected. Walker against Griffin. Walker the pass to Kid Gilchrist. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Kid Gilchrist has got his first points of the game. Here's Navarro. That's good.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
A nice shot by Zeller.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
And he takes that one up and powers it through.
That is as athletic a move as you're going to see right there, folks. Unbelievable.
Clark, what about the hang time?
You're talking about hang time. That fella had helium in those shoes.
And you're going to need some hang time to pull off that kind of a 360.
Now, here's Walker. 5 points in the game, and he gets it to go.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Here's Navarro. 1:21 left in the first quarter. Griffin, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. And guys, Blake Griffin has got to be one of the more humble stars in the league. You rarely hear about off-court issues and interviews. He's engaging and comes off kind of as a regular guy.
That's the way it appears to me, Kevin. The young man has his head screwed on pretty tight and both feet on the ground. He started out as a class act, and he stayed one.
And talking about Blake Griffin, one of the more well-liked players in our league, but also one of the most teed-up players, top 5 in the league for the past 4 seasons. He's been ejected from several games as well.
Walker's shot is off.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
And, you know, getting back to Griffin, it's hard to stay grounded in this league. All the money, endorsements, ad campaigns, commercials, and so forth, that stuff can take you off track. But I think he's going to be grounded and maintain his focus going forward.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down a shot like that against that kind of defense.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint. Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Los Angeles leading by 15. Paul passes to Navarro. Down low, got a piece of it, and stolen by Zeller. And Walker kicks to Lynn. He's looking for Kid Gilchrist and finds him. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Kid Gilchrist has got 7. LA has gone 3 of 4 on 3-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. That drops.
Their defense just hasn't been able to slow them down.
And that's a big reason why they're trailing, surrendering too many easy baskets. Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact, straightforward call, simple.
And this will be his second and third shots at the line here.
He struggled mightily at the free throw line in their last game.
Yeah, it wasn't his best performance at all from the stripe. He's got to put it behind him, and I know he'd like to immediate. Guys, I think free throw shooting, and Steve, you can speak to this, is all about rhythm and confidence, and he hasn't been able to establish any rhythm there this season. Always some entertainment value when you go with the windmill jam.
Yeah.